Hi, my name is Emir Shafri and I'm a digital creative at YNR Singapore. And I recently joined the FutureSparks competition where I was asked what would advertising look like in 2025. Now in the past 1.5 years, I've seen a lot of things change in what I do. When I came in, I used to just do maybe a little bit of microsites and websites. And then over the years, I started to do mobile. And you can just think about it, right? Just in that short span of time, things have changed so much. And now people are talking about wearables and storytelling and creating new devices. And some people are going, that's it. Advertising is over. Advertising is dead. And we're all doomed. But I actually think that it's a really exciting time to be in advertising. I don't think advertising is dead. It's just evolved. And one of the ways I think it's evolved is that people talk a lot about how content is king. But if you think about it, the problem is that now everyone, from media owners to even a teenager sitting in the basement, they could be a content creator, they could create videos, they could create mobile ads. And then that's a threat to us because that's where we make our money from. So what do? So one way we could evolve is to go from just creating content to creating experiences. It's kind of the same, it's kind of different at the same time. So we could be developing anything from new products to new shopping experiences, and some agencies are already doing this. So Ideal, for instance, they develop retail experiences for fashion brands on top of doing other forms of design. We have companies like Sid Lee who develop architecture for Red Bull and Adidas. Now just think about it, it's architecture. 40 years ago, if you told an ad person that, hey, you might just be doing architecture one day, you might go like, this guy is crazy. What are you talking about? But it's pretty much a reality now. And it's pretty exciting if you think about it. Now, one thing I'm really excited about is how we're developing products for our clients. So we're not just developing ads, it's now products. A good example of this would be Nike and RGA. They collaborated to develop Nike Plus, which is a range of products. They pretty much kickstarted the whole wearables craze with the Fuel Band. And does it pay? Well, it does for Nike and RGA. Nike wasn't a market leader, but now they're the biggest sports company on the planet. They're 30% bigger than Adidas, which is their closest rival. Now, in our own network, we have VML and YNR in Sydney, and they worked with Rip Curl to develop a GPS watch for surfers. So even within our network, that's happening. It's really exciting to be part of this. And it'll also be exciting for the finance people in our agency, because what that means is that we have a new revenue model. We could start charging product development fees like we do charge concept fees. We could get a share of profits from the sales. And what this means is that it becomes a financial incentive for us, the agency, to start developing products and ads that actually connect to people. So as we're creating these new products, obviously we'll start patenting them. Now, as much as we chase creative recognition for our ideas, like I think people start chasing patents as well. So patents will essentially be like awards or pencils, really. So we'll use our expertise in user experience and technology and creativity to develop our own intellectual property. And so if patents are the new pencils, then I think licensing would be the new lions. So what we'll start to do with all this intellectual property is that we'll start licensing them to clients. So we'll license our technology to clients and we'll earn royalties and we'll start reinvesting them in newer intellectual property. So we'll develop our own products essentially. The best agencies over the next decade will start having their own product development labs if they haven't done so already. In the product development labs, you could have experts like everyone from planners to product designers to UX designers to technologists, project managers. Some might even have IP lawyers. And the other thing I was thinking about is that we spend a lot of our time and energy building brands for clients. Now imagine if we spent that time and energy into building our own brands. Now some agencies already started to do that. You have Anomaly in New York, for instance, in 2012, they started developing their own range of lip balm, which is EOS. And this year, EOS actually toppled the longtime market leader, which is chapstick, which is crazy. It's 2 years ago that brand didn't exist and it toppled chapstick. And they started selling it in places like Target and Shoppers Drug Mart, drugstore.com, and you can even see celebrities using it. And over the next few years, as we start developing our own products, we start licensing them, what we'll start to do is that we'll start becoming like venture capitalists. And how we'll behave is that we'll start investing our own money and expertise in startups in emerging fields. So instead of us developing the products, we'll just invest in a startup who's developing the products right now. So how would all of us play a role in this future? We'll have, for instance, the planners who use their expertise and understanding in people to look out for emerging fields that connect to the future consumers. You have account managers who will start identifying high potential startups. And what we'll do is that we'll start investing our cash and expertise in these startups in return for equity. Now within Y&R, we've already started doing that. We have this program called Sparkplug, where we look for startups to collaborate with to add value to our clients. We'll use our understanding of consumers, we'll use our understanding of user experience and technology, as well as new product development to help nurture the startups. So we'll develop them, we maybe even develop ad campaigns for them. And we'll even work with existing clients to use some of this technology. And what that does for us is that it boosts our revenue as well as it'll grow our investment. And eventually, once we grow the company to a certain size, we could divest it. So we could sell it off, or we could go on an IPO and we get that money back and we can start reinvesting it in other technologies, other IPs, other startups. Maybe we could even use it to acquire other ad agencies. So that could pretty much be the new model for the next WPP. And so is it really different from what we're doing? Well, not really. If you think about it, it's still about connecting people to brands, but albeit in a different medium. So maybe it's not a cat video, maybe it's a piece of technology, maybe it's a store experience, maybe it's a whole new company. It's still about delivering value to clients. It's still about figuring out what works for the consumer and creating an experience that will help connect the consumer and the client together. And still a lot about collaboration. In the past, we've collaborated with artists, film directors, for instance, and it's still going to be the same thing. We won't just be working for artists, we'll probably work with scientists, architects, lawyers, and all forms of thinkers and makers. So in short, same but different. So I think that advertising is very much alive. It's not dead. I think it's very much alive, and I think I'm really excited to be part of this industry, and I think there's no better time to be part of this brave new world than now.